Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop, and just a quickie on some industrial fastening oddware. These are stopgap measures for when something catastrophic happens, and instead of industries or maintenance planners or whatever changing the procedure, the maintenance procedure, what they do is they buy a magic pill that's supposed to cure all their ills. So this is a bolt what indicates when it's been properly torqued. We'll see, I'll display here, we'll do a demo on how that works, so that if it starts to loosen off, you can see it hasn't been properly torqued. This bolt is a half inch, actually in this case it's a screw because it's not nutted on the other side, it's not a through hole, it's threaded into a component, that makes it a screw. It'll be a hex head screw, but we all know it as a bolt. So this thing can handle, this thing gets torqued to 100 foot-pounds. Let's get her centered up. Tap, tap, tap. There you have it. We're torqued and we see no more bright red. There is still color there, but is it absolutely foolproof? No, there's still a human component in there. You gotta sort of interpret your results, and red to one guy is not red to another. So still, you still got to go on it with a torque wrench. I mean, there's no two ways about it. But the good thing about these is if they loosen off, then you can tell there's a bright red flag and there is a problem. Now, even though we've overstretched it, we can still see if it backs off, we see the red flag. So it's kind of good that way. It's no substitute though for actually checking bolts. It doesn't take long to check bolts because you really don't need a torque wrench. You know that the breakaway torque is less than the installation torque. So then as soon as it breaks free, it'll start to weeble wobble. You just put a wrench on it and you'll know right away if it's not torqued up. It'll be loose as a goose. Here's how it works. It's quite ingenious. There's a pocket of fluid, colored fluid in here. Oh, whoopsie doodle. Hotter than a $2 pistol. There's fluid in here and a little viewing window, plastic viewing window. Now when you preload the bolt, it stretches out. This guy, this indicator with the red on it, that red flag, that's anchored down in here. So the shank of it, everything, well, it's probably anchored down in here. Everything stretches out. That means that this flag gets further away from the window. It allows that fluid to show and you get a different color. So you don't get that red flag because the bolt is actually stretched out and allowed that fluid to fill the window instead of having the red flag right up against the window. That's how it works. Quite ingenious. Is it foolproof? And of course, it's the age-old problem. You invent something idiot-proof and the world goes ahead and invents a better idiot. Here's what happens is if something's loosening and off, somebody goes up there, tightens it up. Well, they only do that so often until somebody has the bright idea to give her a little extra tweak. And then somebody else goes and gives her a little extra tweak and a little extra tweak until finally the bolt is so stretched out that it won't flag red even if it falls out. Now we've destroyed the bolt and we're relying on that. Instead of actually checking, we're relying on that visual flag to tell us if it's loose or tight. And in this case, it could be loose as a goose, but it's showing tight. And you'll see this time and time again in heavy industry. Instead of actually fixing the root cause of the problem, they put a little patch job on there, make everybody look happy and think that everything's copacetic, when really they should have taken care of the initial problem in the first place. That's just my opinion though, and I don't sign the purchase orders. Thanks for watching. Keep your dick in a vise.